Ways to survive a monotonous life. Monotonous or routine life, which means doing and living the same things constantly, is something many people complain about. Everyone goes through times when they feel they might be stuck in a rush. The person does the same old things but actually, nowhere is being reached. Thinks as. And the things that excite the person are reduced. Instead of moving towards goals, the person gets stuck in the same spot. In this situation, the person feels tense. This situation can be frustrating. However, there are things that can be done to understand why you are experiencing this situation, to get motivated again and to get excited. Here are an explanation of the steps to take on how to get rid of this monotonous life. Signs of monotony. Being stuck is something that goes unnoticed at first. These feelings usually develop slowly over time. Day after day, it takes time to follow the same routines and realize that no result has been achieved. This boring situation only occurs when the person is very overwhelmed. Here are some of the signs of how the person feels in their monotonous life. Every day looks the same. The person may even have trouble remembering which day of the week it is. Because every day is the same, so his days can feel indistinguishable from each other. He does not want to do anything. The aim of the person is to just sit on his feet until the end of the day. Feels unmotivated. The person may want to take on new projects or engage in creative work, but even when they try to do so, their ideas and motivation may feel like they've finished. Feels powerless. Even if the person wants to try new things, they may feel weak. This prevents them from doing new things. He wants to change but is afraid of failure. He prefers to stay in the same situation even if he knows that changing jobs will make him happier in the long run. Because it is afraid of possible failure. One thing to remember is that sometimes these feelings can be more than just being stuck in a rush. These types of feelings could actually be signs of something more serious, such as depressive illness, PDD. This mild but chronic mood disorder is characterized by symptoms that are less severe than depression but often last longer. People often experience these symptoms for years without acknowledging that what they're feeling is actually a form of depression. Low mood, decreased energy, loss of interest, and loss of pleasure are common symptoms of this condition. If you are suspected of having PDD, talk to a doctor or therapist about what is felt. Finding the source of the routine. Even if people realize that their life is monotonous, they may not know what the next step should be. One thing to remember is that not all rebellions are the same. People with this condition need to find out what causes feelings of discontent before making any serious changes in their lives. For example, a person may think that these relationships become monotonous in their relationships with their spouse, lover, or business partner. Health, family situations, friendships, hobbies, and even home can be the source of such feelings of unhappiness. Once it is understood why these feelings are felt this way, one should definitely not blame and criticize oneself. It's easy to minimize the problem and try to downplay feelings. For this, it is one of the effective ways for a person to think that I have a wonderful life and that I do not have the right to feel this way. Such thoughts can be productive and leave the person in distress for an even longer period of time. Things may be fine as they are, but if the person is not happy with their situation, it is time to look for ways to change things up and regain excitement. This is the first step towards improving the state of mind, and then the steps that can be taken to reach this solution must be determined. How to get out of the routine. There are some things that can be done to break this negative cycle and move forward. Below are some of the ways that can be applied to get out of the routine. Taking care of oneself. To get the person out of monotonous thinking, they must first take a look at self-care. If something seems to be missing in his self-care, he should complete it. Healthy eating, adequate sleep, daily exercise, social support are essential components of both physical and emotional health. If some of these areas need improvement, ways should be sought to be a little more precise on these issues. Taking care of oneself provides the energy needed to refocus and excite life. Changing routines. Continuing to follow the same routines day and night can make it difficult to move forward. People tend to be habit-forming, and sometimes the feeling of being stuck in a boredom can be caused by a feeling of boredom. Look for ways you can change everything and add different experiences. Here are some things that can be tried to change routines. Starting a conversation. This can be a great way to expand social connections and learn interesting things about the people around you. Have some fun, hanging out with friends, pursuing a passionate hobby, or spending time with a truly loved activity will refresh the energy throughout the week. trying something new, taking a new route to work, watching a new show, or enrolling in a course for personal training allows a person to explore the world around them in new and different ways. And it can help add some color to your life. Living the moment. If you are bored with one aspect of life, try to live in the moment and do things that are not planned. One should not hesitate to have new experiences and do unexpected things. Spending time outdoors. Researchers have found evidence that being in nature can have a positive effect on the brain. For example, one study found that hiking in nature reduced self-referential rumination, a behavior that can increase the risk of depression. In another study, it was found that nature walks are associated with decreased depression, decreased stress, and increased mental well-being. It has been observed that not only being in nature can increase the sense of mental health, but can also help develop creativity. If the person is feeling depressed, they should try to go out for a walk. He has to let go of the thoughts wandering in his brain and pay attention to the world around him. Try to relax, think new things and enjoy the beauty he sees. If possible, getting some exercise is a great way to return to daily life with a renewed sense of wonder. Set a goal. Not being interested in anything is one of the main reasons that make life monotonous. Having things to look forward to and a sense of purpose are key ingredients for motivation. This could be little things with plans like looking forward to the whole week for Friday night. It can also include relationships and career-related larger life goals. Studies have found that having things to look forward to can help people better cope with the here and now. Psychologists have long recognized the importance of the ability to delay gratification. To win greater rewards in this future, people can develop better self-control and a stronger willpower. In one study, participants were asked to think about a future holiday activity. As a result, these participants were better able to break their gambling impulses. Thinking about the future, they were able to focus on their long-term goals rather than simply stepping away from the desire for satisfaction for a moment. Below you can find information about what people can do to set a goal to look forward to. Making plans. Anticipating is a great source of power. The person looks forward to these moments for a movie they can watch or to make their favorite vacation. However, these moments can also be created intentionally. A vacation can be planned, friends can be called in, and plans for weekend nights, along with a day trip to a local spot. Creating reasons for oneself to look forward and excited is one way to set goals. Not to miss the little things, even small daily and weekly rewards, like going back and forth to your favorite place for lunch or attending a favorite TV show once a week, are great ways to create anticipation for the future. Volunteering to serve others. Having a sense of purpose can also come from helping others. This could be helping people in one's life, such as friends or loved ones, or contributing to a community. Even volunteering for a local organization or participating in political activity are ways to contribute something useful to the world. These types of activities can help give the person a greater sense of purpose and meaning. Studies on increasing your motivation. Sometimes it seems like getting out of the routine happens by itself. For example, when something suddenly falls into place and the feelings disappear, it can feel like you're stuck in a distress for a while. In other cases, a more active approach may be required. If some of the aforementioned strategies are tried, but still a sense of routine remains, it may be necessary to focus on motivation. If something is not particularly interesting or exciting, the person may need to find ways to motivate themselves. Feeling stuck in a routine can be frustrating, but there are steps that can be taken to add a sense of innovation, adventure and excitement to daily routines. Lack of interest in the things you enjoy, difficulty feeling happy emotions, and feeling of hopelessness can actually be symptoms of depression. If it is suspected that what is being felt is more than a distress, a person may seek help from a psychiatrist.